Cheers everyone, this is Brewmaster here, and welcome to Rising Thunder, a game by Radiant Games. It's a bit of a fighting game, but it's a little bit different than the normal fighting games to some extent. I mean, it actually kind of behaves like, I guess you could say, your normal Street Fighter or anything, but the thing is, the controls are actually very simplistic, and you would think that that might be kind of a bad thing. Like, I mean, we have light punch, medium punch, heavy punch. And so, yeah, that's the normal aspect. Here we still have left, right, hold left for block, move forward, you can dash and run, dash back and everything. Okay, so that's the standard stuff. But the thing that's unique here is I'm using the controls and all I have to do is press a button to get my special moves. So this is different than actually having you go and do fireball motions like you would in, say, Street Fighter or something to get a different technique. It puts it right there at the commands. Your commands just right there with a single button. So, it'd be kind of like, I guess you could say, a simplified sort of game, but it's not actually quite like that. That's the one thing I just really kind of feel like. Because I've been playing this a little bit today and a little bit last week, and I really actually kind of like it. Because the thing is, it's really pretty well balanced. I mean, this is kind of a very early access. There's only this one level that we're looking at, and there's about 5 or 6 different robots that you're playing as. But, I mean, the system for it is actually kind of pretty nice, I mean, I'm not the greatest at fighting games. I used to be pretty good, but I mean, you ask my friend John Slayton, he'd still kick my ass. He still kicks my ass, of course, because he's kept up with it a lot better than I have. But, yeah, I mean, look at this. It's just, you got good setup for a lot of different attacks and techniques. So, and I think this is just kind of nice playing around with this, see? So, there's, like, you have your one attack. You have, like, 3 different special attacks. You have, like, this one has Cool Drill, Dust Breaker, and a Spinning Hook, which is really nice. You can change... Oh, I didn't even mean to press that. Your supers are also a single button too. So, but the thing is, you can change out some of your techniques, like the cool drill can be changed out for a different one, as well as the spinning back hook will go to like a spinning forward hook. These are things that you pre-set up before you go into the match, so it actually lends a little bit of creativity as far as how you fight and how you do things. So, now right now, this one, I don't remember her name, but I mean, all of these are going to be robots too, so that's kind of another little nice gimmick to this. So, but yeah, I love fighting games. I mean, when I was growing up with the arcades and everything, fighting games were the main reason I would still always love to go to arcades and stuff. I always loved just really playing these kind of games. Okay, so I think that's enough of this character. You get kind of like the basic idea. Oh yeah, your throw is also there too. There is... Let's see. Can I really show this off here? I don't think I can. I'll have to show you. There's 2 other things. The bar... Okay, the bar at the top is the glowing bar. That's going to be your super meter. The little kinetic max thing, you get 2 of those charged up. You build them up as you go through the fight. And they give you have the option to either switch it for attack or defense. Defense, you press 2 of your special buttons to get basically a counter. So when you're going and, when someone's attacking you, if they connect with your counter, you end up breaking them away, which is a good way to kind of get somebody that's putting pressure on off of you. The other one, and I'll have to, here, let me see if I've got a way to show this. The advanced option gives you the option to break in the middle of your special attacks. Actually, of any of your attacks. So, you could be laying down a couple of moves, and then press your regular attack button. Actually, either of your attack buttons. You can press either of your attack buttons, and up will break out of it. And you can do it in different directions. Jump forward. like any of your attack buttons and up to jump out of your current move and move on to another move. So you can actually get really good with your offense with this. So this character is Dauntless. She's the American. Each one of them speaks in a different language, but they also will use a little bit of English too, some of them. Of course, the American uses only English, but her techniques are obviously clearly lending towards the boxing style. Like, only uses punches. You have still your overheads, which the overhead can chain out pretty well too. 1, 2, 3. See? Okay, but that's Dauntless. So we're gonna go through the rest of these characters here. Okay, so this one is Edge. He's Chinese and has the sword theme to him. And the one thing with Edge I've noticed is this move charges up his sword more and more and more. So you can use that to get a really good juggle going. But you gotta charge it up with that technique right there. By the way, while we are waiting on this, I want to just let you know that today's beer on tap is Founders Black Rye Beer. I don't think it's an IPA. No, black IPA or anything. It's, I guess, kind of like that, but whatever. Not doing a review on this one. I've had just like a whole crate of these things that I've been downing for a while. Really, 2 crates. By the way, that was her third attack. I didn't mean to do that. Anyways, so this one is Shell. She's a Mesoamerican Aztecs-themed sort of character, and she speaks in Spanish. So I believe that she's supposed to be from Mexico. Of course, not saying anything. But yeah, I mean, like I said, she's got an Aztec theme with kind of like the cockatiel hairpiece and the falcon helmet going to her. Anyways, with her, she's got a fireball. And from what I've seen, you can spam that pretty good. It charges up pretty quick, so it's good to keep pressure on people. And then she has this little uppercut right here is good for juggling. So let's see, I think you go with this into number 3. No, I guess not. Okay, so Kuro is South Korean, but he's basically a ninja robot. So see, shadows. And the thing I've seen is that while you're in here, so check, when you're out of the force field right here, you're visible. But when you're in here, you can see your outline, they can't see you that well at all. I don't think, if I remember right, you cannot be seen while you're in here by the opponent. So it's only really you that sees it. So that's the special 3. So this is special 1, which apparently can be held and charged as much as you want. And how far it goes is dependent on whether you're holding left, not holding left, or holding right. So you can kind of control that, which is really good as kind of like this anti-assault type of people. He's a grappler. Like I said, he's pancration all the way. See? So you can just use this right here just to do that, or charge it in for more damage. And if they're in a certain range, they get pulled into it. The whole thing too is, of course, you know, you can hold and charge some of the moves to get power built into it, or actually not even really that much. I mean, he's one like that, but moreover, when you're in this blue state, you can absorb a hit. Kind of like in Street Fighter 4, they have the focus attacks. It's kind of like that in that respect. Alright, and finally, we have Vlad the Cosmonaut. I mean, I don't know if he's a cosmonaut, but I swear, you know, I mean, he's Russian, of course, But he reminds me so much of like the 1960s anime. Like, what is it, Gigantor? There's the very first thing that comes to my mind. He reminds me of Gigantor, especially because of this. Right there. That makes me think so much of like Gigantor or something. I mean, I don't remember watching too much of that. I feel like my mother made me watch it a few times. I like it. He's just so cheesy and corny. Gotta love the old school anime. Anyways, so here's Vlad. He fires the Sputnik rocket at you. Of course, you can't really spam it like that, but... Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get into some ranked matches and play online. Right now, in this mode, like I said, there's nothing but this one level, and those 6 characters. That's all there is right now, really. And there's not really any PC, like a single player gameplay or anything. Or even local multiplayer, which I kind of like, but the online play is actually really solid. So I'm going to go ahead and get in there. We'll play some ranked matches. You get to see it for yourself how people play and how well everything flows. Okay, so here we go. I'm Dauntless, the American boxer one from before. And you can see that, like I said, Crow is a very defensive sort of box, so all I have to do is just get through that right there. Okay, so, oh, shit. Ah, got him. Okay. But yeah, no, I mean, the simplification of the controls actually makes it a little easier to focus on what you're doing. So, let's see. Yep, come on. Oh, and so you can see that's the kinetic defense mode. Oh. Okay, alright, come on. Oh, I'm gonna hurt. I knew that was good. When I saw that my jab was going, I was like, oh, I am so fucked. Okay, so this goes with best of 3 games, though. So not just 3 rounds, but it'll be 3 games. So this person's strategy is spamming that and using the high-low mix-up. So all I've got to do is just get through this right there. Oh. See? It's just spamming that. That's all it is. This isn't going to be that hard. Okay, come on. I don't want to use my super now just because of the fact I've got this if I just really get him right there, see? I knew that wasn't going to be the sort of thing I needed to waste. I'm going to keep that for next round.
Come on.
So see, you have the ability to switch up even between rounds. You can switch it up to Kinetic Advance or the other special moves here. I've got Diesel Strike or Vandal Hook, but Diesel Strike I don't like Vandal Hook. Vandal Hook will do that right there, but it'll do it forwards instead of backwards, and it takes away its advantage mix-up. Got me with that one. Okay. So that's an easy one to mess with right there. I say he focuses so much on the defense, he doesn't put any assault on, because Crow's a fast character. You can mix it up between assault and defense, but techniques work a little bit better for defense. And honestly, like I said, I mean, when I played fighting games before, 10 megabits per second was considered a good speed to have, so it really feels almost like I'm playing against someone that's right in the same room or something. Okay, come on. Okay, so this person just wants to keep...
Let's get to work.
Got him. Oh, I missed it. Fucking hell. Okay, come on. Oh, you forgot that I could do that? Figured I'd mess with him on that one. It's like, a little poke. That's the other thing is, of course, you don't know anything about fighting game tactics and techniques. It's one of those things that it's like, all of those tactics still play over really well. This plays over kind of like a good Street Fighter-esque sort of fighting game, but not Street Fighter 4, because it actually allows you to get past all those fireballs like you're seeing. There's characters that can charge through their moves, which will give you that extra buffer to get through. I fucking hate Street Fighter 4, so sue me. Bleh. Third strike all the way, bitches. Okay, so now you get to see Edge, who's, like I said, a lot more of an assaultive sort of character. I'd probably get my butt whooped if I'm not careful. See, I love that move with the reverse, just because it's a good mix-up. Yeah, see? Went with assault because of the fact that it's just so good. Such a good character for that. Okay. Got him! Yeah! Whew. Guy's not that good, so that's good to see at least.
Let's do that again.
Whew. Okay, so that's round 1 there. So let's see what we can do against this guy now. I want to get a chance to get that super set up. Ow! See, like I said, it's a good anti-air character. Come on, can I set him up for this? Ah! That was good. That was a good setup right there. Caught me in the midair. I didn't expect that. Got it. Mix up there. Okay. So that was my counter right there. See, there's a way to dash back with the assault, but I don't know what it is. Oh, that's going to be such a waste. And I'm going to suck for that. Oh, come on. Ah, God! If I had gotten that 1 second later, I would have gotten it. Ah! God, that crossover. I would have thought that the Dustbreaker would have gotten through it, but Dustbreaker's kind of a weak anti-air. Counter, bitch! Boom! Will I get it? No. It's not as aggressive as he should be. Edge, I've seen played really well when aggressive, but not when he's just kind of playing timidly like this. Got him with the setup on that. Ha! 2-0.
Come on. Get
Boom.
some.
Anyway, so that's a look at Rising Thunder there. I think it's a good first early look. This looks like it could be really promising. I'd like to see what other kind of backgrounds they come up with and what other kind of characters. I feel like if they could get like 4 more, it's a good starting place to get a game going. I mean, it's almost like it could be one of those things where you could do it, I guess, kind of like Killer Instinct on the Xbox, where you just basically pay for the characters that you want or something. But this is definitely a really good, well-balanced fighting game. I think just for they make it kind of simplistic in as far as what you do with the special attacks and everything, but that doesn't take away from the complexity of the actual fighting mechanics. I really look forward to playing more of this. This is probably one of those games I'm really easily going to work with, you know, more off camera too, because this one is fun. So keep an eye out for it. I'm pretty sure that as they keep going through things, and you start seeing more stuff with it, that this will be a good game. So, with that being said, thank you guys for going ahead and joining me here today on this show. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that you enjoyed looking at Rising Thunder. Like I said, keep an eye out for it, because I think that you'll hear a bit more of this later on as it comes around. So, if you like this video, go ahead and give it a like, a comment, a subscribe, whatever you feel like it. And I've got a question for you out there, the viewer. what is your favorite fighting game of all time? Like I said, I've thrown out a couple there, and I can't really say I've got one. I mean, Third Strike definitely comes to mind. I'd actually say Smash Brothers Brawl Project M is another one, just because I feel like it gets a good combination and balance between Melee and Brawl. You know, all the potential Brawl had. Anyways, but that would be another good one. I couldn't really get into the pace of Melee, but I love watching it. But between those two and maybe Marvel vs. Capcom 2, that'd be another one I just love watching. Those are some of my favorite fighting games. And Soul Calibur 2. How could I forget Soul Calibur 2? That was one that I actually really loved back in the arcade. And I wasted way too many quarters on it. Yeah. So, but those are some of my favorite fighting games. What's yours? I would really love to know. Anyways, in the meantime, go ahead and raise your glass in the air. Have another pint on me. Love and peace.
These two.
Ooh! Okay, that does something.
Oh, there you are. I need to ask you a favor. I have an acquaintance called Mr. Perky Man. He keeps finding weird things and raving about his discoveries. Anyway, I just got an email from him saying that this time it's real. It is intriguing, but we're busy with our